Well, good morning, guys. I know that it is a little bit in the afternoon this time when you will be receiving your video training, but I did want to apologize in advance for that. That is my fault completely. Did not get that out to you guys yesterday morning at 10 o'clock as promised. So we are picking up, going full speed ahead today. And our training today is actually on Mailchimp, which is the email system that we utilize to send you those e-blasts that you receive about the upcoming trainings. It's also the mailing or e-blast system that I have been using the longest in my career, and started using it at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo whenever I was there, and now using it here at Legacy and utilize it for quite a few of the people that we work with. It is the most user-friendly system that I have found. It is also to the enlightenment of a lot of people and the joy of many people, it is a free system up to 2,000 contacts, meaning you could send an unlimited number of e-blasts to 1,999 contacts. And then when you get to 2,000, it is going to stop you and say, you're still welcome to use this account. Now you have to start paying. It is very minimal in terms of the cost of that system for a monthly fee. You're able to then send a same unlimited number of e-blast to a regimented then new amount. So 2,000 to 2,500, 2,000 to 5,000. Then each incremental step that you grow, you will be able to see the plans when you get on Mailchimp. So I'm just going to show you guys here on my computer what Mailchimp looks like. This is an account that we have created here. And once you create an account, you just log on Mailchimp.com, jump in, start a new account, create a new account, and it will walk you kind of through every step of it. The greatest thing about Mailchimp, their claim to fame or their tagline is so easy a chimpanzee can do it. So what a lot of people do not know as well is that Mailchimp and SurveyMonkey, hence the whole monkey connection, are both brother and sister software. So if you are using any type of maybe a customer survey after purchase, maybe you're sending out a survey to the people who have purchased a product, you are welcome to do that through Mailchimp and then link it into SurveyMonkey. The other thing I love about Mailchimp is that it is highly compatible for social media, meaning that if we are attempting to, like we said in the beginning of our marketing experience here, we want to reach people at whatever mode they prefer communication. So I know we've been focusing a lot on Facebook and on social media systems and how to be more prolific at those. But the other thing that we have to remember is that people sometimes, if they are not an active Facebook or Instagram user, are receiving marketing messages in a different manner, whether that be text messaging, email marketing, which is what we're talking about here, maybe direct phone calls, in-person meetings, maybe they prefer flyers, as you will find. And this is not just for the older demographics that like more things that come in via email or printed sources, but you will find that a lot more people will open an e-blast than maybe see your post on a social media channel. So what our goal is to hit them at all avenues. So no matter what form of marketing they're looking at, they will still see your message. Email marketing can be one of the most comprehensive forms of marketing just because of the fact that I am able to link them to multiple things, whereas with a mailed object or a flyer, anything like that, there's no digital connection. So there's no way for me to link them to social media. What I'm going to do over here is I'm going to show you guys some of the facts and features, excuse me, about this. And what we'll probably have to do is do a dual series on this to get you who might be using it a little bit more advanced in the future, give you some more additional features, some things that you can walk through. But we're just going to do a quick desktop run through of what this system looks like, what some of the functionality is, and then I'll give you guys a couple weeks, maybe a month to sign up for one, sign up for an account, and then we will have an additional training on how to utilize that. So if you would like to, you're welcome to create an account and follow along as we're doing this training or as you're listening to this training. You will be getting this afternoon. Today is Wednesday, so you'll be getting this and you can follow through, or you are welcome to just watch it again, review it, and then start your own account. Very easy setup, like I said. So when I go in here, I will see all the different features, some things that I'll walk you through. So campaigns are what have actually already been sent out, meaning I have the ability to make an unlimited number of templates, which you can see templates is another category up here, or another tab. I can make an unlimited number of templates in my dashboard, and then once I activate that template and make it a campaign, it then has multiple features. It then has its own URL, meaning I can take that URL and post it to a Facebook page, send it out via email. I can send it to someone as a text message, maybe if I wanted them to view it on their phones. I can do multiple different things because that unique URL will stay the same and will follow that campaign until I either delete the campaign or I modify it. Okay. Now, if I modify it, what the cool thing is that if anybody were to re-access that link, they would see the modified version of it. Okay. So campaigns here, as you will see, are segmented by whom they went out to. So Mailchimp recently changed the dashboard. And what I love about Mailchimp is that they're very proactive in making sure you are aware of the changes that they have made. So just got in here this morning to initiate this and send it out to you guys, and notice that there was a change in the way campaigns are shown. So here it says, where are my campaigns? And it just even gives you a background and I guess more information about why they made this change. So as Mailchimp grows and changes and adds more features, they will always either send you an email once you have an account set up and tell you this feature is changing. This is what we have modified. Here are the new things that Mailchimp offers. Or when you log into your account, you will see here that there have been changes made to it. So this is showing me all the different changes that have been made to Mailchimp. And this is just a different way to show the campaigns that you have used in the past. And then to let you know which ones you can sort by last updated, creation date. Here, I'm going to find what type of campaign it is. Now, for the process of most of you guys, you're going to be using just the regular campaign. But do be mindful that Mailchimp does offer all of these additional really cool features. So if you don't have a mailing or a mailer provider, this would be maybe an option for you. If you have all of your lists already in to Mailchimp to use for email marketing, maybe you wanted to do postcard type of mailing here. That is an option. They also have the ability to do landing pages, ad design. You can even do social posts through here. So this is a feature I do not utilize because it's somewhat like a posting service in that it doesn't do as well from the algorithm perspective, and it also doesn't look as organic as you getting on and posting it yourself. But if you were to do a campaign, it would be here under regular campaign. And then all of your campaigns are going to fill in based on your audience. So as you can see, I have you guys at Card My Yard pulled up right here. I have a bunch of different clients in here that I have databases for. So you'll see all those different databases. If I select the database that it went out to, meaning the list that it got sent to, it will show me all of the campaigns that went out to that list. So you'll see those all here. This is all under campaigns. And then the really cool thing about all the campaigns is that you can do a report on them. So I love the analytics feature of Mailchimp. It allows you the ability to look at, let's just look at one. We'll just click on view report here. It allows you the ability to see who opened your e-blast, when they opened it, more things like what was the click-through rate if you had a link in here. What is your industry average, which would be comparing you to other businesses in the same industry. And then any of the other features that you might want to look at here. People who forwarded it, the last opened one, the total number of opens. You can even look at the time that they opened it. So this is important if you are trying to gauge when the best time to send out your e-blasts are. So here you'll see the majority of people, so it was sent out at 9 o'clock. You'll see the majority of people opened it at 10 a.m. So that will show you when maybe I should start sending it at 9:45 so it's not sitting in their inbox as long. You'll also see there was a spike of people that opened it at 1, so maybe they got back from lunch and they said, let me check some more emails. 5 o'clock you'll see is another spike. Again here at 11 o'clock p.m., not sure what those people were doing. And then the next morning, for those people who maybe don't check email as frequently, you'll see that there were some opens at 8 o'clock the next morning. So top links that were clicked here, this is very important. This was actually a survey e-blast that was sent out. So of course, as you can see, we linked in a Survey Monkey, and then top links clicked there was just the Survey Monkey itself. So different one to look at, subscribers with most opens. Now this will mean that they have opened it multiple times. So maybe they went in and read the e-blast, read part of it, and then said, oh, I'm busy right now, I'm on a call, I don't have time to do it. And then they went back in and accessed that link again. It will register the people that have used that. Now, as you can see here, there are some users who have accessed that quite a few times. Maybe because it was a survey, they were going in and filling out a certain number of questions as time provided, and then going back in again. And then you'll see social performance here. So if you did share this on social media, it would track the amount of people who had done whatever you had asked them to do here via a social channel. So some really cool things to look at under your results. You can always download these, print them, share them with somebody else. If you click on share, maybe say you wanted to share them with somebody else in your market, and just compare who's doing better, or how well are your e-blasts being read, what time are they being read, things of that nature. You can always share your results right here, and what it's going to do is it's going to send a unique link to view only that page of your system with whomever you want to share that with. Okay, so let's go here to templates. So those are campaigns. Let's go back to campaigns for one more feature that I want to show you. The thing I love about campaigns is that if you have recurring campaigns, your biweekly training is one of those recurring campaigns that I have. And I apologize for disconnected error here. One of those biweekly trainings that I do for you guys is a good example of, and it looks like I'm on a delay. Okay, I think I might be up now. Is a good example of how you can utilize the exact same template and the exact same list, and then just be able to go in and change certain features of it. So the other really, really cool element in this world of time savings, where we all wish we had 12 more hours in the day to accomplish everything, is that Mailchimp makes it pretty darn easy for you to just replicate something that you've done before, and then just go in and make small changes and move forward. Okay, so here's an example of a campaign, and if I wanted to, if you see, if I click on this little button right here, I have the option to do several things with it. I can rename it, and then right here, this really cool replicate button. If I click on replicate, it's going to basically take every single feature of that e-blast and replicate it into a second version of that e-blast, and right after it's going to put copy one, and then it's going to give me the option to go back and rename that if I did want to put maybe March or April or May or second edition, whatever I wanted to title that. So I love that feature because you can just replicate from a regular campaign. So let's actually go in and do one as a just a work through, because this will be what I will be sending out to you. So I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'm also going to enlist some of the social features of it as well, so you can see that element, because I know that's a big part of why we are doing this training. So if you go into here to campaigns, and I'm going to select the list here as part of my yard, and we're going to use the last template that we had, the last campaign that we had. So a template is technically the basis of the campaign. That is the actual e-blast itself. And then we build the campaign that we want to send, adding in a name, a subject field, all of that under the campaigns tab. So here are my campaigns. As you can see, we have this one here that was sent out. So what I want to do is I want to replicate that. And that is going to be what's going to go out to you guys right after we get off of this call. And you'll see here that you have the ability to edit recipients. Now, it automatically pulled the exact same list that I had in here before. If I wanted to edit that list, I would just hit edit recipients, and I'm going to go in here and make sure I have the right list. If I wanted to add things, this is another cool feature. So I can go in and I can say only new subscribers, or perhaps you send an e-blast out and then 3 days later you get 4 or 5 more people you need to add to that campaign that went out 2 days earlier. You can send that exact same e-blast out to just those new people that you added. So here, as you'll see, I have the ability to just add certain people on the list. And then I can also personalize the to field. Now, when I personalize the to field, it's going to ask me to select what field I want to personalize it to. Now, for you guys, this is a little different because oftentimes in the spreadsheet that was sent to me, there are multiple names in the field, or there's just a branch or a franchise location. So it doesn't work so well for this, but if you had a customer database and you wanted to address that to people as their first name, you would click right here under first name. Maybe you wanted to say last name. Now be careful with last name because from the marketing perspective, it's hard to judge whether they are a Miss, a Mrs., a Mr., and you would hate to offend somebody that had maybe just gotten recently divorced, remarried, widowed, whatever. So I always just recommend first name here. People don't mind being called first name. You could do first name, last name. That would take away the whole Mr. or Mrs. Or you can make it a custom field and you could say valued customer or card my yard buyer, whatever you would like to put there. Okay, so that's just another feature. You're going to save that. And then here we're going to go through all of these things to make sure it's updated for what we are wanting to do. So for myself, I would like to go up here and edit this name so that I remind myself that this is training 4. And this is not a copy. This is email platform and integrating social. Okay, and we'll just say save. And then here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to change, of course. The from is going to stay the same. That's always coming from me, and that should always be coming from you. You have the ability to set that up when you first set up your account. It's going to show who you want the email to come from. Now, here's a really cool feature of this. If you are maybe assigning an admin or someone to help, kind of like you do on your Facebook account, where you can go in, you can assign an admin. What I love about this is that we often have messages that need to come from our president. So as opposed to having to get into his email, log in, make it look like it's coming from his account, what we have the ability to do then is to go in here and say edit the from. And what this does is it allows me to insert right here whatever email address I want. Now, as we know, some messages get read more than others depending on who the sender is. So when messages come from our president, they always get read. He does not send out a lot of emails, so when he sends something, we know it's important, right? So what you can do is you can go in here and put in whatever name you would like to. I could put in Dan Diepenhorst or whomever I wanted to, and then I would put the email address, okay? And I'm going to say save. I'm going to go ahead and leave that the way it is, and then here we're going to edit the subject again because remember, this is a different training, so this is training 5. And I apologize, I need to change the top again then. And this is email platform and email marketing. And then CE Blast and video for great Mailchimp help. Okay? And as you can see, this makes life a whole lot easier than having to start from scratch, right? We have a template that's already built in. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to make sure that we have that saved. And then I want to make sure that my content, so what this is basically the same thing as going in and editing the template. So when I get to this portion of the campaign setup, I'm able to, as you can see, this is the preview, I'm able to go in here and actually edit the design. So it's the same thing as if I were to go into campaigns and find this campaign and edit it. This is just a quicker way to do it all in one mode. So I'm already in the campaigns tab. Now I'm having the ability to go in here into my tab and adjust anything that I might want. So as you can see in an eBlast template, there are a ton of different features that are shown over here on the right-hand side. What I love about this is they make it super user-friendly, 1, and 2, they give you a lot of options. So we choose Mailchimp as a provider in an email blast system because it kind of allows you to do everything that you might want or need to do, whether it be an event where I need to add a button for RSVPing. If I want to add an image in here, maybe I want to do a social share and say, go follow me on Facebook. This is something where you could utilize this email marketing feature to send out any type of message that you might want, whether it be an event invite, a special or a coupon you have going on. if you wanted to send somebody a code, if you yourself had taken a video and you want to share that with your customer base, you could just literally, all it is click and drag. So if I'm wanting to add any of these elements here, I will just click and drag, okay? So here, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna click and drag it over here. And as you can see, it places it in here, okay? Now, unlike some video software and some video email systems, BombBomb is an example, you do not have the ability to upload a native MP4 file or an MP3 file. You do have to upload it as a URL, meaning I would have to publish this to some other type of video site, i.e. YouTube or Vimeo, before I could insert the video here, okay? Now, I do like this because when you open it and play it, it does not take them to that system, but it does show the auto preview and it does allow you to upload any type of video URL that you wanted, whether it be from a website or from any type of YouTube viewing site or Vimeo viewing site. Okay, so I would go in here, kind of like what I do. So I record this video, I publish it to YouTube in an unlisted view so that not anybody could just jump on and steal our tips and tricks. And then I get on and I post the URL for that YouTube video right here. And then it sends us this nice little auto preview, much like you can see from the prior ones. And I have the option, just like I do on any YouTube or Vimeo tab, I have the option to select which screen preview I want. So often we try and find the one that has the most flattering face on it or has the most flattering still frame. Sometimes that's not a great option, but you have 3 choices then, just like you do in YouTube here, and you can select which one you want. You have the option to put in a really cool caption here if you wanted to grab people's attention or just tell them what the video is about. And then the other thing that I love is that, like I said, super easy. I can just take this little tab right here, and if I wanted to move this video around somewhere, maybe I want it down here instead, I'm able to just move it around just like a drag and drop. If I didn't want it, I'm just going to delete it, and then it says, yes, you're about to delete that. I can upload additional photos in here, and what you have the ability to do is to build an image library. So say I wanted to add an image right here. I have the ability then to go in here, and I'm going to say browse just so I can show you guys my library. A bunch of different logos, a bunch of different photos, things for all of my accounts. You can add an unlimited number of photos in here. The other really, really cool thing about this is that if you did have products that you wanted to link, you can link them here in the products app of Mailchimp. This might be something that's advantageous to you. We don't have that option to do products in here because everything is kind of specific pricing and there's not a place or a website where our products are housed. But if you did have that, you could add it in here. You can also add in photos from your Instagram account. Again, getting back to the fact that Mailchimp is highly integrated with all social channels, okay? So let me show you one more aspect. I don't want to inundate you guys too much because I know that this is probably already a lot, and I want to give you some time over the next maybe couple weeks to get in, create an account, maybe play around with it a little bit, start some email templates, upload some photos to your library, get your logo in here, play around with getting everything set up, and then we will utilize some of the features of sharing that to social media, okay? Because that is a really cool element. It's a great way for you to share whatever you've done as a newsletter. There are also some really cool elements of Mailchimp that allow you to obtain additional newsletter people or people for your database from your social media account. So you might have seen some really prolific social media accounts where you've gotten on and it says sign up for our email list here. And that would be a tab that they have added on the left-hand side of the screen. So as you can see on the left-hand side of most Facebook screens here, let's just grab one so I can show you on a business account. You can see on the business page, you have all of these different options over here. What you have the ability to do with a custom tab on Facebook is go in and create a URL that will link to your Mailchimp databases that will show up right here as maybe join our mail list or join our email account. And when they click on that, they have a quick form that comes up that Mailchimp provides to you that just allows you to obtain maybe first name, last name, email address, and birthday, or whatever you might want to obtain. What it does then, for the ease of use again, is that it takes that user who registered from your Facebook account and dumps them directly into an email list on your Mailchimp. Again, super, super easy, very user-friendly, something for you to gain some of the people that might be on your Facebook account and get them into your email database. So of course, we're talking about making a better relationship, right, with our users, making sure that we're making that connection and a lead doesn't go cold. Anybody who might see something on your Facebook and wants the ability to see more information or to interact with you more frequently, maybe obtain pricing, anything like that, you would want those people to sign up for your email list. So it might be something as simple as following up with people who have made comments and saying, we sure would love for you to join up for our email list, click here to do so. And you would just input a URL into the comments and they could jump on, sign up for your email list, and then you have them captured as an email address that you can send further information and marketing to. Okay, you'll see that whenever we get to our next one. Just want to run through a couple more things real quick just to not inundate you guys with too much information on this first one. But here again are all of my photos. The really cool thing about the photos aspect on Mailchimp is that it does allow you to size them. So as you can see, I uploaded an image that's too big. And it tells me this image is so big it may obliterate inboxes. Images should be around 800 to 1200 pixels. And then it says, let's fix it. So it offers all of this right here for you. You're going to say edit. And then when you edit, you have your own really cool photo editor. So this photo editor is going to come up. And because it's prescribed here that I should do it 800, I'm just going to go in here to my dimensions and I'm going to make this 800 by whatever it suggests. Okay, so it's going to auto size for me. And then I'm going to hit save. And it's going to auto size it for me. And then here we are, nice and compliant, not obliterating inboxes or email accounts, making sure that we stay in compliance with the things that are going to throw off the template itself. And what this basically means is, as you guys probably know, there's nothing that is too long or too high as far as dimensions, but there are things that are too wide, so that when someone opens it on a mobile device or they open it in their email, it takes scrolling to the right or left-hand side, which, as you know, people don't do. They scroll up and down, but not left or right. So we don't want our photos to ever appear out of what we call the reading pane, okay, which is what this is here, is showcasing that for us. I'll delete that block out of there. And then once you are done with your design here, you would click Save. And we're just going to go through this like we're going to send it. That'll be the last aspect we'll cover. And the next time we're going to talk about the social integration and how to get that campaign URL onto different factors of your social media. So here, as you can see, it says it's ready to send. And right here, really quick and easy, you have your URL. Now, what this is that's the unique URL that we were describing earlier that I can then take and put onto my social media accounts. I can use that URL to make sure that people are seeing that I'm posting something in the newsletter format, or maybe a special or an offer, from the perspective of ad design and not having to create additional things. What I love about Mailchimp is that some people that may be graphics challenged or don't have the ability to create graphics, you can utilize all of the features of the Mailchimp graphics creation and some of the templates that they have, which are super robust. They have holidays, they have event invites, tickets, anything you can think of. Those are all under templates. Okay, so when you get to templates, you have the option to look through all the templates that they provide. You could utilize the graphics and the templates that they give you without ever having to really create any type of graphics on your own. Because what we're going to do then is we're going to take those graphics that were created in this e-blast, and we're basically just going to copy and paste that URL onto social media. And beautifully, our graphic design is going to show up there on our social media page, okay? Providing two different things, the graphic aspect and the lead prospecting aspect, okay? We're grabbing those people and asking them to join our email database. So here, like I said, you have the ability to connect your social channels. So I'm going to connect my Facebook, my Twitter, or my Instagram here. And then once I do that, I'm not going to do that because I like to do it a little bit different way. We'll go over that on the second one. You're able to do it automatically. Like I said, that is more like a posting service. And I like to do mine a little bit differently. I'll show you guys why next time. And then here we have the ability, this is my favorite feature, so for you guys that maybe work, maybe you have kids and you have to go pick them up from school, or work multiple jobs and you have to schedule something to go out at a certain time, or you want to schedule it to go out at a certain time. Maybe it's time sensitive based on a holiday or an event that's coming up, graduation, whatever. You can schedule Mailchimp eBlast to go out at whatever time you select, okay? So if I click schedule right here, it is going to then allow me to schedule my eBlast to go out whenever I might want it to. Okay. Now, if it's something that you want to send it automatically, as you can see, you have the send feature right here, and it's going to say, when you click on send, it's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? This is how many people it's going to go out to. You click on send, it goes out. Now, once you have hit the send button, you do not have the ability to retract the eBlast. Okay. So what I tell people is, for your first couple of sends, you might want to set up maybe a test list. Okay, go into your list. All of your lists are in your account here. So I'm going to go in to my Mailchimp. I'll show you guys where lists are, and you're going to look at your audience, and here you have you can view your contacts, which is where all of your people are, and then you have the ability here to look at not only the contacts in this form, but you can add additional lists, okay? So here are all my contacts. These are you guys in the system. And I have the ability to create lists, okay? So here I'm going to say create, and this would be where I would create an email postcard, or I'm sorry, an email blast or a postcard or a sign-up form, any of those things. And then if I wanted to add additional people, here under one of my lists, I would say add contacts and then add subscribers, okay? And I can add more lists there. The cool thing about your list is that you have the ability to segment it. So like I said, what I recommend is set up a test user list. So I have myself at my Gmail account, myself at my Hotmail account, all the different accounts. Maybe you have your husband or wife or someone else in your office, maybe a best friend who has the ability to look at your eBlast, just to test them and make sure they're going out correctly before you send it to a mass database of customers. Back to the whole scheduling versus sending. If I just hit send, I don't ever have the ability to revoke that. If I schedule it for maybe an hour out and then, hindsight 2020, I think about, well, I should have added that, or I need to make sure that this person is included. You can always pause a campaign or edit it up to the minute before it's set to send out. Okay, if it's within 60 seconds, say you say 10 o'clock, and at 9:59 you get on, you literally have about 30 seconds to edit that or to pause it. But if you hit send, it's going out and you can't revoke it. So I always recommend for a test case that you guys go in, set up an email list that has a couple of private or personal emails that you can send to just to do some testing of the system, even if it's just yourself at a different email address. And then you can go in and you can look at those. The really cool feature of Mailchimp is that we always have the ability to send a test. So if I go here to campaigns, show you guys this feature. I promise this is the last thing. Go here to campaigns, and if I'm looking at one of my campaigns, this is the one we were just on, and I want to send a test email, you can see it right here as an option. Or whenever I go into the actual eBlast itself, if I say edit design, I'll show you where else it lives. So you'll find sometimes on Mailchimp things live in different areas, or they're replicated in different areas. From the ease perspective, it makes it great because some people use features differently. But if you are here in your template and you go, I think I have that right, but I just want to see what it looks like. You have the ability right here under preview and test to say send a test email. Push to mobile, open link checker, do social cards, all these cool things that it allows you to do. I always do send a test email. Remember, certain email providers do not preview things the same. So if you have an Outlook account, it's going to preview things differently sometimes than a Gmail account or a Hotmail account or Ymail or whatever your mail provider is. I always recommend that you send it to multiple different email providers just to see how it displays differently. Okay, so you would just say send a test email, and the really cool thing is it brings up any test emails that you might have sent before. It allows you to send it to multiple, and then you just say send test, and it's going to send that test to the email address that you specified. It'll come in as Mailchimp test on the subject, and it will show you everything that's in the e-blast and what it's going to appear like. Of course, when you send out the campaign to an actual list of people, that text word disappears out of the subject field, and they will just see it as an actual e-blast. Okay, I'm going to wrap up with that because I do want to do a follow-up for Mailchimp. So if you are watching and you have not already signed up for an email account, or you don't have some type of email provider and you are wanting to test this out, do remember that it's free, completely free to sign up for an account. I wrote for marketing, and if you want to join in for the next session, I will plan that out and let you guys know when that's going to be, and we'll do a training on how to make sure we're integrating anything we set up to send out via e-blast marketing as a social media element as well. And then we'll also show the forms element and how I could do an email sign-up form for those people. You can host those on 2 different things, your social media and your website as well. So if you have an independent website, or maybe you're sending people to the Card My Yard site, we would have the ability to program in a way for people to sign up for that email list, and then you're capturing more of those leads into your little bank of marketing. Okay, our next training, guys, is going to be the 16th. Looking forward to that. I will get this e-blast out to you guys this afternoon with this full video so that you can reference it again. If you have any questions, make sure that you read all the way through the e-blast, even after the video, and look at the additional resources that we provide. And then also make sure you fire your questions away to Amy and Jessica if there are additional questions that come up. If it's something that they can't handle, I have gotten a few people who have reached out to me personally and individually through the ladies, and I welcome those questions. We troubleshot a couple of people who were having Instagram connection issues. Happy to help you guys on any additional issues with either social media, or if you get through this Mailchimp system and you have some additional questions, please feel free to forward those to the ladies, and if it's something they can't handle, we will tag team it together. Okay, you guys have a great day.